Hello and welcome. In this short video, I'm going to show you how you can add a front-facing GoPro mount on the BMW R1250GS. On my old bike, I had a camera mounted down on the side of the crash bars, but with the bars on the GS, it just doesn't seem to get the camera far enough forward to not have a ton of engine and wheel in the frame. I had spent a bunch of time looking for a possible solution when I came across this one on AliExpress. For the low price of about $9 Canadian, it's a metal plate that will mount up beside your front signal on the left-hand side of the bike. Now, to be able to run this with constant power, which is what I prefer to do, as I use this to record most of the day of riding, but it also gives me a spare fully charged battery for my chin mount camera. The trick with this is the modified camera door that allows the USB-C pass-through for the cable to be plugged in while riding. Combine this with the TourTech USB adapter update, and it's a perfect solution. Now this view isn't quite as good as the old one from the lower side of the bike, but it will certainly do for what I'm looking for, with less noise and a clear line of sight out from the front of the bike. There was only one problem I found with this as an out-of-the-box solution. I had a tough time finding a cable that would fit between the camera and the bodywork, and for obvious reasons, I wasn't about to start cutting the bodywork to make this fit. I did find a cable that would work for my application, but I don't want to be stuck with only a certain cable working. As you can see, the cable is very tight, and this one was one of the shorter USB ends on it. This would be a problem if I lost the cable or it became damaged on a trip. Instead, I decided to come up with a little bit better of a solution. Utilizing my Bamboo A1 3D printer, I measured out the bracket and in Fusion 360, drew up an extension plate that would allow me to slide it over the existing bracket and move the mount away from the bodywork by a few centimeters. This now allows me to be able to mount the camera and have plenty of space to be able to plug the cable in to the camera without running into issues. This is an easy solution to be able to have the camera plugged in and not have to deal with a specific cable to make it work. If you don't need to run power to your camera while you're recording your rides, then you don't need to bother with the adapter plate. You can just mount your camera with the supplied mount shipped with the bracket and call it a day. I have attached a link to the mount as well as a link to the STL file on printables.com if you have access to a 3D printer and want to print this out for your own use.